Hey everyone, it's Justin again, and welcome to the start of Unit 5, a unit on functions. But let's set aside the math for a second and explore some everyday functions first. These are situations where you input one thing and it results in some output. All right, let's get into it. Imagine you're playing a ninja video game. You press a button on your controller, and your ninja does a specific action. Well, that's considered a function because you are inputting commands and the game system outputs a response. Or think about using a photo editing app. You select a picture, and then some filters or effects, and then the app applies them to the image. That's a function too. You are inputting a photo and a choice of filter, and the app outputs your edited image. Or imagine you're baking a birthday cake from a recipe. The recipe is the function. You are inputting the ingredients, following the recipe's process, and voila, you have a cake, the output. In each of these scenarios, there are inputs: pressing a button, uploading a photo, your baking ingredients. Then there's the function, the game system, the editing app, the recipe. Using them gives us an output, a character's action, an edited image, a baked cake. So what exactly is a function? Well, it's a rule or a relationship between inputs and outputs. More specifically, where every input is related to exactly one output. But we'll talk about that second part more in the next lesson. In math, a function is usually a rule involving operations. Picture it like a machine. You would insert some number as an input. The machine would process it and apply the operations known as a function, and then out comes the resulting number called an output. Let's run this machine a few times and see if we can figure out what the function for this specific machine is. If I input 5, the output is 10. Let's run it again. An input of 6 gives an output of 12. One more time. Inputting 7 outputs, what do you think? 14. So what's the rule or the relationship between inputs and outputs? That's right, multiplying by 2. This function multiplies the inputs by 2 to get the outputs. Now let's imagine a different function machine, one that adds 5 to the input. Pause the video and see if you can figure out what the outputs would be given these 3 inputs. You can also find this table in your PDF. All right, let's run this function machine. If we input 10, this function machine adds 5, which means our output is 15. If we input 20, our output is 5 more, which is 25. And lastly, if we input 30, our output is 30 plus 5, so 35. Great work. In math, there are so many different types of functions, each with its unique characteristics. But some of the most common ones are called linear functions, quadratic functions, and exponential functions. And by the end of this whole course, you will know all about these 3 specific forms of functions. But for now, in this unit, we're just going to focus on grasping the core concepts and fundamentals of functions by identifying, analyzing, and evaluating them. All right, let's get started with Unit 5. After watching this video and completing the guided notes, go ahead and complete the 2 activities in your PDF. Then, once you're ready, tackle the practice game, and I will see you next time. Hey, hey.